Hey y'all, hope y'all had a good week. This video is going to be kind of all over the place. Um, if I was really into YouTube, I could probably break this up in about 3 different videos, but I'll just give it to you all at once because I don't have the time. Um, Essentially, consumer defensive stocks, food stocks, are getting pummeled, and a lot of it, there's a couple of reasons, but the speculation right now is that some magic pill, magic weight loss pill, is impacting but people's buying habits of food. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. The other issue is that, short-term treasuries, bonds, you can get 5%. So some of these stocks, yielding 3, 4, 5% aren't as attractive looking. My argument, though, is if and when, I think it's not if, it's when, I just don't know when, could be years, rates come back down, short term rates come back down. Those kind of people that have bought up those short term bonds are going to roll back in to names like what you see on the screen: Coca Cola, Dividend King, Hormel, Dividend King. It's going to happen eventually, I think, unless rates stay higher forever. Now that's a possibility too, but the other fact that pills are going to upset food stocks, I'm not buying it. Now I do not underestimate the. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't underestimate the willingness of people to take a shot for anything. Okay. So could that be an impact? Possibly. But to be honest with you, food, if you are overweight and addicted to food, you're going to be addicted to food. I don't care what pill, medicine, shot you take. Okay. Trust me, I've been there. I've been addicted to sugar, right? I've cut that out. Guess what I did? I actually have the secret to weight loss. Okay. And I'll share that with you later on here. We'll talk about my portfolio update, what I've been doing this past week or in this past couple of weeks, and we'll go from there. So, what's on sale? Well, Coke is on sale. A lot of you showed me or watched last week, said I was buying some Coke. Uh, Not that kind of Coke, but I mean, you look at a chart here. I think $50 would be really nice. But I'm buying it right now at about, I think I bought some at 51.75, 52, something like that. So Coke dividend streak. What's the dividend? Let's look at the summary here. 3.5%, right? And it's a slow grower for sure, but it's just a performer, and I think Coke is going to be a performer long term. I mean, you look at a 10-year chart, essentially it's up and to the right. I'm no expert. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So I bought some Coke. Another one I bought early October, I believe it was October 2nd. I purchased some Conagra brands. Now, a lot of you don't know what they sell, but if you're ever in a grocery store and you look on the back, they have a lot of stuff. Look back 10 years here. These are 10-year charts here. And this $25 mark right around in this area is pretty attractive. Or even 20. 20 would be beautiful. But I'm averaging into this one as well. This one pays a 5.25% dividend yield. It's not a dividend aristocrat or dividend king, but it has been growing its dividend. So, and it's really close to its 52-week low. Next one, Hormel. I'm not as excited about as Hormel. I kind of when it had a dip this past week of about, I think it was like 9 or 10%. I kind of knee jerk reacted and bought before even looking, because I was like, it's Hormel, it's a dividend king. And I still think that, but I think $30. I paid a little bit more. I think I paid 32. Plus I sold a put. I might have paid a little more than 32. We'll actually get over to it, how much I paid in a little bit. But if you look at a 10-year chart here, again, that $30 mark right around this 2017 low, probably a good spot in my opinion. And that one paying a 3.3% yield as well. Next thing I bought was BIP, Brookfield Infrastructure Partners. I paid a little bit more than that. I think I paid like $27, but all of these, all of these are just starter positions for me. And you look back at a 10-year chart in this $25 range, right around there, looks pretty good. And I think I sold, no, the put didn't fill, so I didn't sell a put. But I'm averaging down. I think I only bought 10 shares. So that's another thing. Now, Brookfield is a infrastructure play. They own a whole bunch of toll roads, ports, communication data centers, railroads. They own a whole bunch of stuff. So this one yields 5.5%, and quite a bit of growth in that too. So that's just what I'm doing. So let's take a look before I get into the weight loss. Let's take a look at my option trades. So some of you wanted to know. I'm not doing too much in options. Okay. I did sell a covered call out to January 17th, 2025. I just did this for the hell of it on Dutch Bros, and I sold a 40 strike, and I collected $190 for it. GW, why do you do that? Well, I'm fine. If Bros got to 40, I'm fine with letting go 100 shares. I own 300. So my cost basis is around 31. So if it got to 40, that'd be 900. That'd be what? 1,000, almost $1,100 profit in a year-ish. I had a little more than a year, but I'm okay with that. Hormel, I sold a 32 put. It's sitting at around 32 right now, expiring on the 27th. Collected $55 for that one. And then UGI, that's a natural gas play. I sold a 20 strike and got $45 for it, out to November 17th. Now I still got to fill out November 17th. Let's look real quick at premium cooking. Like I said, no closed positions at all. Opened those three that we just talked about. My notional for the week is 55,800. Let's see, sold premium 289, total premium cooking 1,217, maintenance margin only 17.4, only 15% buying power usage, cash balance 74,928. Net lick went up about, what is that, $800 to 112,100. And Bob's your uncle. Look at quick view real quick. I'm going to be buying a whole bunch of stuff. It looks like, more than likely, Bank of America, TNA, which is the small cap 3X leveraged. I might roll those. I'm not sure. We'll see. 32.50. I'm buying some Verizon. I think it's pretty safe to say I will be. Arbor Realty Trust, $15. Not sure if I'll get assigned that or not. XLU, like I mentioned last week, utilities are probably a good place to be. I'll probably be buying this ETF at 62.50. I'm fine with that. MPW, man, I guess I'm buying another 100 shares. I even left that off because I got a new section here in my buy drips. I even left that off of my portfolio because I've kind of mentally checked out of MPW. I kind of want to let it just sit there and do what it does. And then Dino, the Sinclair gas stations, basically. I mean, they do more than the Sinclair gas stations, but $5,500 there. I don't know. That might surprise us and not be assigned or not have to roll, one of the two. Let's see. So the quick overview, yeah, no change. I'm still down about $580 for the month. Buys and drips though. There's no drips here, but this is my portfolio minus MPW because I've mentally checked out of MPW, so I'm not including it. I may just chuck it. I don't know. I'm gonna sit there and see how I feel. I might get a hair up my butt one day and dump it. But right now, ConAgra, the industry is food. 10 shares, paid $26.98 for it. Coke is some drink. Got 20 shares, average cost of $51.91. Hormel, food, 30 shares, average cost of $32.32. PEY, I bought about 50 more shares this week actually, at my original cost basis. So it's still $18.75 is my original cost basis still. QQQM is some growth, a growth ETF. Got 31 shares. I want to add to that because SCHD, I think I'm going to dump that. That's why it's called Goners. And I think I'm just going to pair PEY and QQQM together. Tilt W, 613 shares there, down a little bit, not too bad. And then the BIP, Infra something, 20 shares there at 27.10. I thought I only bought 10. Maybe I did buy 20. And then Bros, the drink, 300 shares at 31.15 total. So selling that $40 call, I'm not too concerned. So that's essentially my entire portfolio. I have a little account in M1 Finance that I don't really pay attention to, but that's it. So the secret to losing weight and consumer defensive stocks. I know the secret to losing weight. And the secret is, okay, you want to get a pen. You want to get a pen and write this down because this is like groundbreaking, okay? Now, I never shared how much I weighed, a year ago or so, but a lot of you guys that have been with me a long time know that I've struggled with my weight. And at one point, I don't know if it was last year or 2021, I got on the scale and I was 260 pounds, 260. And at that point, I thought to myself, dang, because my dad passed away at 58 and he was 250 pounds, at least I think. And I always thought when I looked at my dad, because we were about the same height, I thought, man, he's big, man. He needs to lose some weight. And he was 250. So I got on the scale, I was 260. I was like, I don't think I looked like my dad. Right? So at that point, I said, you know what? I got to do something. And I started doing the exercise thing for a minute. And I got to tell you, exercise is not the answer to lose weight. At least it's not, it's probably in the top 3, but it's probably third from the ones I'm talking about on how to lose weight. Okay. Because have you ever been on a treadmill, right? And ran on that treadmill or just walked briskly on that treadmill for an hour and you see how many calories you burned, right? You might burn maybe 300 calories. Okay. Now after that hour, you're probably like, oh, Jesus, man. Now think about, go find your favorite snack food, maybe a Twinkie or a little bag of cookies or something. And look at how many calories that is. That's probably 250, 300 calories in that one little pack. And look how much work you had to do to work that off. Okay. Now, could you imagine if you counted up your calories and you counted up your caloric needs for the day, how much of a deficit or how much would you need to exercise to work off that excess? It would probably be a whole bunch and you'd probably hurt yourself trying to do it. Okay. I'm talking, I'm not shaming anybody, but I noticed, holy crap, man, this is going to take a long time for me to if I don't change, anything and I just exercise, it's going to take forever to lose some weight. So, what is the secret? Here you go. Eat less. That's going to be your biggest improvement in your weight loss journey. Eat less. Okay? Cut out sugars. That's what I did. Cut out sugars, ate less. And the second thing, intermittent fasting. I don't do intermittent fasting every single day, but I'll go for a stretch of maybe 5 days where I'll do, they call it 8-16, 8 hours of a window you can eat and 16 that you can't. You just drink water. Sometimes I go a little longer. Sometimes I might go 6-18, right? But typically, if I stop eating at 9 o'clock in the evening, right, I have my last snack, I won't eat another meal until 1, 2, 3 o'clock the next day. Okay, I'll be drinking water. Once in a while, I'll have a snack. Depends. If you're getting a headache, you probably need to eat something. But typically, I haven't had a problem going 16, 17, 18 hours without a meal. And the nice thing about intermittent fasting, at about roughly hour 12, your body's done burning the carbs and stuff for energy. And at about that time, what happens with intermittent fasting is now your body looks for an alternate source of energy. Okay. And that alternate source of energy is going to be fat. So from hour 12 to hour 16 and beyond, you will be burning fat. Now, I typically at about 9 a.m., I'll go to work. So, for the next 4 hours, I'm being active. I'm just walking for the most part, doing some bending and stretching and stuff like that at my job. But all that time, my body's using fat energy to produce my energy that I'm using to work. So it's worked out. I've lost quite a bit of weight. I got on the scale this morning. Remember, I was 260 at least a year or so ago. I got on the scale this morning. I'm down to 214 pounds. I got a little bit more ways to go. I still feel like I'm a big boy. My next goal is 200. I probably should make it 210 just to be a little easier. But it is what it is. I do have days where I overeat. I'll still have some. I had a couple pieces of candy last night, little tiny, Halloween candies, Three Musketeers or Twix. I don't really, if I have a craving, I'll have the craving. I had a couple pieces of candy, but back when I was 260 pounds, I wouldn't just have two little pieces of candy. I'd have like a dozen, right? So, you 80s babies will know where this came from. Just say no. Okay. And that's going to be the biggest impact on your health and weight loss. Changing your eating habits, okay, is going to be the biggest impact on your weight loss and your health, right? Eating less. Because if you're overweight, you're definitely eating more than you should. And then look into intermittent fasting. It's really been wonderful, to be honest with you. And it's a little tough in the beginning because you're used to eating and all that stuff certain times. But it works out. It's kind of rough for about, a few weeks and when you first start it, but then, you get used to it and it's really a big impact. And then thirdly, exercise, movement. Movement is a big thing. That's really for just your cardiovascular and your joints and stuff. I'm no expert. I'm not a health guy. I'm just telling you, I went from 260 to 214 by just doing two things mostly, and that was eating less, intermittent fasting. So hope you enjoyed. Hope you wrote that down. And I appreciate everybody that's watched. If you got this far, thank you. Leave me a comment down below, and then of course, all the links down below for Amazon and all that stuff to support the channel is down there. So hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you next week. What will I talk about? I don't know. I kind of like this kind of video I did today. I didn't know where I was going to go, to be honest with you. I knew I was going to share some of what I bought and just some of my thoughts on weight loss. So don't take a pill, okay? Don't take a shot. Just adjust your habits. Just say no. If you know where that's from, comment down below. All right, guys, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.